everyone, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me again today. And today I'm here to talk about a little trick that I discovered about the well-written dies. Now these are dies that come, they match a stamp set called Well Said, which has got lots of words in capital letters. And then it's got these gorgeous word dies in the set. You can see all of these words you can cut with the well-written dies. It's a lovely set. I've used Happy Birthday a lot, Sympathy, lots of these I've used quite a bit. But the other day I was making a congrats card, a wedding card, and I wanted congrats on it. And there wasn't a congrats here. And I was racking my brains to think what I could do. And what I actually worked out, and I've posted on this on a couple of Facebook pages, and people have gone absolutely mad for this, so I just thought I'd share it on video as well. What I worked out was if I looked at these words, that actually between them, these words contain nearly every letter of the alphabet. I've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, no J, there isn't a J, but there's a K, K, L, M, N, O, P, no Q, I'm going to show you that in a minute, no Q, R, there's an R somewhere, R, S, T, U, there is a U somewhere, U, V, there is a V, the W, there isn't an X, there is a Y, and there isn't a Z. So the letters that are missing, this is the alphabet that I worked out. The letters that are missing are J, Q, X, and Z. But you can see from my picture here, I have managed to find ways to make them, which means that you've got a whole alphabet of letters here, which means you can make any word you like. So let me first of all show you how I made these other letters. What I did for the J is I took Y. A bit of white card here so you can see what I'm doing. I took that one, and what I did, I've got to trim off the O first of all. This was from U. I took the Y from U, so I'm just going to trim that off, and I'm going to leave the little bit of the tail. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off part of the U, and then I am going to add a dot that I took from one of the other dies that has a dot. So birthday or miss or wishes, they all have dots, so you can pistol that. And there is a perfect J. So I've added that one to my alphabet. Now the Q was a bit more tricky. What I actually did was I took a G, and actually I've started doing this one, so I'll just have to show you now. This was the G, and what I've done is I've cut off the loop that goes around there and left that, and then what I did was cut another little bit from one of the other letters to act as a tail. And actually when you push them together, it's not a bad Q. Now luckily Q is the sort of letter that you don't need to use very often. Actually I'm going to stick these down because they're moving around. I've just got a little bit of Tombow on a lid here and cocktail stick, which is the way I find it easy to put glue on these really thin little dies. And then maybe just a little dot there, and put that there, and then the Q. So G, cut the bit of the tail off so that you just leave the downstroke and not the loop. And then from any of the other dies, just cut a little tail. And that will stick there and make you a lovely Q. Like so. It's not great, but it will do. And like I said, you don't often need a Q in words. The next one was an X. What I did for the X, which is there, I took a T. This was from thanks, I think. Cut off the H for a start. So let's do that. So you reduce to this, and then cut across here. So cut the bottom off the T below the cross stroke. Oh, what's wrong with my scissors? Scissors have gone all strange. There we go. Right, there we go. There is my X. So again, not perfect, but I think it would do if you did need an X. Again, not many words that need an X in them. And finally, the Z, which is probably the trickiest one to do, but probably the one you're most unlikely to need unless you've got a daughter called Zoe or something. Take the M. So this was the miss you word. So I'm just going to take the M, and I am going to, it's going to have to be backwards here because it won't work the other way. So I'm just going to trim the first bit of the M off, and that is going to go on backwards. So it's a little bit smaller, but again, it's not a letter that you're going to want to use an awful lot. But it does mean that now I have a complete alphabet, which is great. So this is the card that prompted me into all of this. This was the card that I wanted to put congrats on. So I'm just going to show you how I built this word up out of the dice. You don't need all individual letters because sometimes the letters you need appear together in words. So to start with, we needed CO, and that can be found in welcome. So I'm going to trim that off. I'm going to leave a lead-in stroke, and I'm going to leave a bit of my lead out stroke as well. That was from welcome. So we're just going to put that down. Again, just dab, dab, dab with the glue and the cocktail stick. It saves it getting very messy. So I'm going to put that here. And then we need an N, and I couldn't find any consecutive letters there, so I'm going to take the N out of thanks. So I'm going to trim off there, and I'm going to trim off there. Now I might still need to trim a little bit of this down. I want to see how it's going to go together. So I need to trim a little bit more of that tail because it's not quite joining up as I want it. So there we go. So you can just play around with these. There we go, that's better. That fits quite nicely. So you can just fiddle around with them. It's a bit time consuming, but does mean that you've got much more versatility from this die set. And I really like the font, so I'm really pleased that I can make absolutely any letter. Right, then I need a G, which is going to be from groom. Oh, I need G and R. So I need, because it's going to be gr, so I can use the G and the R from groom, which is great because again that saves you. So that is going to go there, and that fits perfectly because there's no lead-in stroke with the G, so it will just fit perfectly with the N. There we go. And there. And then we needed A and T, which we can find in sympathy. So again, cut off the lead-in stroke, cut off the T, and then you just have to trim it off where it meets the H as well. And you might just want to trim, that does look a bit strange sometimes, you might want to trim just a little bit more off there. There we go. And that's going to go there. Now can you see that that lead-in stroke with that, the R, is going to be too much, so I'm going to trim that off much closer so that that will sit better like so. Oh, perfect, love that. There we go. And then the S at the end is from thanks again, so that's one of the dies I've already cut up. Here, so I'm just gonna take off the S, and that is going to go here like that. And there you have it. Congrats. Very simple. Another word to your repertoire, and it means that whatever word you need, so you could make Christmas. I think I might start doing that for at Christmas time. We might make Christmas out of this, or you could make merry. Lots of things that you could do for Christmas. So the only last thing I'm doing, these are die cut from our gold foil, and they do sort of get a bit of texture on the hole. So what I tend to do, just another little trick, is I take a piece of paper and put it over them, and then just rub over with my bone folder. Now the paper will stop the bone folder digging into them too much, and ta-da, that looks much better. So they're much flatter, but they've not got all those little indents on them, and that looks perfect. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video today. I hope you found that helpful. Like I said, I posted on a couple of Facebook pages and people went wild for this idea, so I just thought I'd bring it to you in a video in case you missed them, and showed you. So if you want to make any word from the well written dies, you can make any word, because that's how you make a complete alphabet. Okay, that's all from me today. Don't forget, if you won bonus vouchers last month, you can spend them this month in August. Don't forget, we've got a fantastic joining plan at the moment. You can get £155 worth of goods for £99 with free postage, and you get an £8 voucher to spend next month as well, which will be on the Christmas goodies, which would be perfect. But that's all from me today. Thanks for watching. So nice to have you here. Hope you find it useful. Have a great day. Bye bye.